Not everything that falls in your path is meant to be picked up. Think about that for a second. Most people believe protection comes in the form of angels, lucky breaks, or last-minute miracles, but what if I told you that your own choices, the ones you made recently, maybe even without realizing it, have already shielded you from chaos you were never meant to experience? Here's a fact. The human brain is wired to avoid danger, but the soul? The soul knows when to dodge a disaster before it even forms. And let's be real, sometimes protection looks like an unanswered text, an ignored invitation, or a sudden disinterest in people, places, or patterns that once held your attention. Now you might be wondering, what exactly did I do to protect myself? Buckle up, because once you realize the power of your own decisions, you'll never question divine alignment again. And you rejected a manipulative person without even realizing it. You didn't think much of it at the time. Maybe you ignored that text, let the call ring out, or made an excuse to skip that event. It wasn't a big deal, just a small decision in the moment. But what if I told you that choice saved you from something you never even saw coming? There are people whose entire existence revolves around manipulation, feeding off others' energy and pulling them into situations they have no business being in. They don't always come with obvious red flags. Sometimes they disguise themselves as harmless company, old friends, or well-meaning people who just need a little bit of your time. But something about them didn't sit right with you, and without overthinking, you stepped away. That wasn't just avoidance. That was protection. Maybe it was a conversation that never happened, an argument you weren't dragged into, or an opportunity that looked promising but wasn't meant for you. Whatever it was, your instinct spoke and you listened, even if you didn't know why. That one move kept you out of a cycle you were never supposed to be trapped in. And here's the wild part. That person might not even realize you dodged them. They might still be trying, still waiting, still thinking they have a chance to pull you back in. But they won't. Not everyone who reaches for you deserves access to you. Some people come with hidden agendas, unresolved chaos, and emotional debts they want you to pay. You owe them nothing. And the fact that you removed yourself without a dramatic goodbye, without explaining yourself, means you're no longer available for whatever energy they were trying to bring into your life. So don't second guess it. That small decision, that quiet refusal, that unreturned call, it was your spirit, your intuition, and your growth working together to protect you from what you didn't even need to see. You outgrew an old pattern that used to keep you stuck. You've been here before, the same situation, the same energy, the same setup. But this time, something was different. You didn't react the way you used to. You didn't get pulled into the cycle that once had a grip on you. You handled it differently. And just like that, you broke a pattern that had been running your life without you even realizing it. It might have been subtle. Maybe you didn't entertain the argument, didn't chase the person walking away, didn't fall for the guilt trip, or didn't let the criticism get under your skin. The old you would have fallen into the trap, wasted energy, lost sleep over it. But this time, you just didn't. And that changed everything. People think breaking cycles is dramatic, like cutting people off or making big announcements. But real growth is quiet. It happens in those small, almost unnoticeable moments when you choose differently. That's where the shift happens. That's when life takes a turn, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. And here's why that moment was so powerful. It wasn't just about what you avoided. It was about what you invited. The second you stopped feeding an old pattern, you created space for something new. That situation no longer has control over you. That trigger doesn't own you anymore. And the best part? The people who benefited from your old ways, the ones who thrived off your reactions, your insecurities, your need to fix or prove yourself, they felt the shift too. They don't have access to you the way they used to. You don't have to announce your growth. The way you move now says everything. You did something different, and in doing so, you protected yourself from a cycle that was never going to change unless you did. That one decision saved you from unnecessary negativity you didn't even know was waiting for you.